This thing is like so low. Oh my god. Oh, shit. This crooked? Am I at an angle? You know what they say? It's about the angle of the dangle. Okay. Cranberry break. Oh. See, I thought it was gonna be delicious, but then it had the word diet on it. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, it's expired. Woo! What's up, everybody? It's been quite a minute now, huh? Hasn't it? Has it not? I don't know. All right. I'm a little awkward today, so bear with me, please. My room's in disarray as well, but I'm here today to tell you guys a little story. I just wanted to tell you guys about my first ever jury duty experience, because boy, was it a doozy. It actually wasn't that bad, but boy, was it a doozy. So I had gotten like a notice in the mail, obviously stating that I had to go to jury duty. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, son of a bitch. Because I just didn't want to go. I didn't want to have to drive all the way down. Well, I had, god damn, Light, calm down with your little bright ass. Bright. That looks terrible. I can't get none of this lighting right. Troubleshooting the lighting with Nick. That's not half bad. I'm just gonna hold the light. I'm gonna hold the bad boy. Well, anyways. So I get the summons for the jury duty, and I'm like, oh my god, I really don't want to have to go to this. It's gonna be such a hassle. I'm gonna have to take off of work. I'm gonna have to drive all the way to 26th in California, which is just like the prison / courthouse or whatever. And I'm gonna have to sit there all day and just be bored and not have any fun and get like a minimum check to go to my work and be like, oh, can I have my money? You know, courthouse stuff. Well, anyways, there was still hope for me. There was still hope for me because it was just a summons and it didn't say that I had to actually go. But what it did say is the day before, go ahead and call in and then see if I'm required to go to jury duty the following day. So I was like, all right. That's not too bad. I'm technically not required yet to go to jury duty. It's just a summons. They might not even need me. After all, who would want me? Do I look like any sort of professional? I'm not a professional. I am nowhere near politically correct. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. I'm addicted to you. Ah, fuck, that's hot. Anyways, so I told my manager, I was like, look, I'm going to just need Tuesday off. Just Tuesday, because it's all it's gonna take for me to go. I'm just gonna go there, I'm gonna get my thing, I'm gonna be done. But my manager's stupid, so he gives me off like basically the full week. At least, I can't remember, this was like a few weeks ago, but he gave me off like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, more days than I needed or something. I can't recall. So the day prior, I go ahead, I ring in, you know, ring, phone call. I call up. I'm sitting there through all these robot ladies just to hear what they're gonna call me or not. And then it says it. I remember it oh so vividly. If your last name starts with the letter B through G, you are required to come to jury duty in the morning. My heart was twisted and torn in multiple ways because I'm lazy and I didn't want to go. But at the same time, I was a little bit excited because it was an experience that I had never had before, and what's life without experiences? Imagine waking up and doing nothing all day and then going to bed and doing that forever. The same mundane thing over and over. That's not what I want to do. Sometimes you got to do things that you don't want to do just to get a life experience. So that's pretty much what I did. I went out and I went to jury duty the following day. It wasn't that bad. So it was a little bit of a drive for me. One, because traffic was terrible. And two, because it was far away from where I live. Probably took me about an hour to get there. So I'm driving. It's going from, you know, nice neighborhoods on the northern side of Chicago, northern suburbs. Then it starts getting ghetto. Go figure. But the one thing about the ghetto, which you never hear about it. Whenever someone talks about the ghetto, they're always like, oh, it's terrible. Stay away from that neighborhood. No, go to that neighborhood because it smells amazing. There were people selling tamales. There was like steak restaurants just everywhere. And not like a fancy steak restaurant like where you go in and you're just like, oh, let me get some steak on a sandwich. And they're like, here you go, bitch. I don't know why I said bitch. That was unnecessary. There was like a Polish buffet. I was like a Polish buffet. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not Polish, but I am Lithuanian. And the food's basically the same. And I love it. There was just so much good food as far as the eye could see. And it smelled so heavenly. And it wasn't fair. Because I didn't eat that day yet. And it was so early in the morning. And I just wanted to eat so bad. But I digress. It's not about the food in the ghetto. It's about my jury duty experience. So I made my way to the courthouse. There was a parking garage for the people who were going to be jurors. So I get in there. I park. I do the classic me. I don't remember where I park. I just go into a parking garage. I get out and leave. I figure because it's a courthouse and because of the way things have been lately, that I'm probably not allowed to bring my phone charger. So I left it in my car like a fool. It turns out I was allowed to bring it in, so the whole time I just had a dead phone. Anyways, I get in there. They make me take off my belt. They basically like pat me down and I gotta go through the little security things. I went in my happy-go-lucky way after putting my belt back on and getting lost because the courthouse is a maze of its own. I felt like I was Dylan O'Brien in Maze Runner, but in Cook County. So I get in there. There's a couple cool people there. There's a guy who looks like Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 4, which was interesting in its own. I didn't tell him that because that would have seemed weird. But I made sure to dress not the best. I had like nice clothes on, but nothing wonderful, and I had my hair down like this. I was like, if I look homeless, maybe they'll just let me go. Maybe they'll be like, this man doesn't have a house to go home to. Let's just send him on his lucky way. But that didn't happen. So they give me a panel number and everything. Everybody gets their own panel numbers. Mine was panel number 3. And I sat there from like 9 in the morning till about 1 in the afternoon, 1:30. If they don't call me by 4 o'clock, I get to go home. I'm out. I'm done for the day. We'll go figure like 2:30 comes along and they go, panel number 3, you are required for jury duty. Stupid little old lady who wasn't even that old. So we all get in line. Blah, blah, blah. We get cool juror. I was a juror sticker. What was that? We get juror stickers. Highlight of the day. So we go up this elevator. We walk down this hallway. We go up. We get seated in this large room. And it looked like a courtroom. It reminded me of the Amanda Bynes show when they did the People's Court joke. The dancing lobsters and all that. I know you remember. Well, they called like 12 people up to the stands. And these people were going to be questioned first by the judge and by the lawyers to see who they want on the juror. And I didn't get called yet. There was still maybe like 20 of us sitting out just observing. And I actually saw the guy on the case, the guy who was being accused. He was being accused of assaulting a cop or like something like that. As soon as I saw him, I was like, he's guilty. That man's guilty. 100% guilty. I didn't have any facts, but in my heart, I knew. I was like, that man's guilty. Oh, that's not good. Anyways, so I'm like, I just gotta get out of here. I have plans later that night. I was gonna watch, I think, Lord of the Rings, the third movie, because I had never seen it before. And then the next day, I was going out to dinner to this amazing Italian restaurant, which was just amazing. I could still taste it. Anywhoozle, once again, I digress. So the judge is like asking all these people questions. He's like, what's your, first name, last name? How old are you? What do you do for a living? Do you have any children? Blah, 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 this. Then simple questions like, do you like to read? What do you like to watch on TV? Do you have any family in law enforcement? Have you ever been a victim of a crime? All this stuff. And the judges were using this stuff to kind of see who they did want on the case, who they did not want on the case. All that jazz. Understandable. Makes sense. But then everyone's trying to get out of it. There's people like, my son's a cop. So they just go through all these people. Everyone's being dumb. He's like, everybody leave the room. We're going to discuss who we do want on the jury. And then we'll call you back in. We wait outside for like 20 more minutes. It's now like 5:30. I'm like, oh my God. I gotta go soon. Calls us all back in. They let like 5 people leave. Or like, they let like 8 people leave. They're like, we don't want you on the jury. We only have like 7 up here. I was like, oh no, I'm going to be next. They're going to call me in. They're going to question me. It's going to be GG, baby. It's going to be over. GG easy. It's too late for me. I'm screwed now. I'm going to have to stay here all night to listen to this dude who's claiming innocent. Dude, even if you are innocent, could you just claim guilty so I could go home? Why you got to do that to me? First of all, if you are guilty, for shame on you, because you're making me come out of my way to come see your little stupid case because you can't stand up for what you did. Stand up for what you did. You ain't getting out of it. It's too late because they said they had it on tape. Anywho, so we go back in. They call a bunch more people in there. I did not get called. Thank God. I was sitting there just watching like, my heart's pounding because I just don't want to do my duty as an American citizen. All these questions, everyone's doing their same tomfoolery of trying not to get picked. And then they land on this old man. He's like, blah, 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 this. Have you ever had any trouble with the law? He was like, yes, I've been arrested. He was like, what was it for? The old man was like, I got charged for hitting my wife. And he was like, and what was the what was the outcome, and he was like guilty, so he was like actually like charged and like acquitted of this, and it's happened like 2 or 3 times, and he's been arrested a bunch. And he was like, okay, and then the old man's gonna be like, and just to let you know, I have a problem with police officers. I hate them. Blah, blah, blah this. Blah, blah, blah that. And I smoke weed all the time. And I'm a drunk and all the stuff. This old man was crazy. And then the judge was like, okay, enough. Calm down. And basically they were like, they made that guy shut up. He didn't get picked for the juror. Same thing, they tell us all to leave. We're standing out there for like 20 minutes. It's like 6 maybe, like 6:30. Like it's late. Like it's at least like midnight, maybe 2 in the like it's 4 in the morning. Like it's at least the next day, like 8 p.m. Like 3 days have passed at this point. Like I'm still there technically. Like that's how much time passed since I was in that hallway. They call us all back in. They pick like 5 people more, or a certain amount of people, I don't remember. And then he was like, everybody else, you're dismissed. Here's your paychecks. I was like, huh? I was so ecstatic. I was so thrilled. I was so happy. Because I just did not want to do my duty as an American citizen. But I did my duty anyways by showing up. Yeah, no. And I don't have to go again for at least another year. Thank God. Not that bad of a day. It was fun. It was an experience. I'm glad I went. I had a good time. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed my little story. I know it didn't have that much. I just wanted to share my day with you guys, even though it happened about a couple weeks ago. But once again, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Please feel free to let me know what you thought of the video down below. And until next time, I'm Avenged One.